Good afternoon. My name is Professor Hannelie Nel, and I am an associate professor in the Postgraduate School of Engineering and Technology Management at the University of Pretoria. I am both a chemical and an industrial engineer, and I have approximately 25 years experience in industry, in academia, and in consulting. I'm very passionate about attracting young girls and women to the STEM degrees, which means science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and includes all the fields in the sciences, the natural sciences, as well as the built environment around us. These are the degrees and the professions that you see around us, everything that we work in, the buildings, the vehicles, digital technologies, these are all incorporated in the STEM degrees. I am passionate about attracting young girls to the fields of STEM, as well as promoting and advancing women in the professional fields, because it is really important that women participate in these fields, because the diversity brings a different approach to solving problems and to innovation in the STEM degrees. We are excited that we have launched the WISE UP Women in STEM program at the Graduate School of Technology Management in October last year. And this is a program especially designed to attract young women and girls to the Faculty of Engineering and the Built Environment and Information Technology, as well as promoting and advancing professional women in the STEM fields, including science, engineering, technology, and mathematics. The purpose of the program is to introduce young girls to the STEM fields, but also to create a network of support and information and education for professional women. We are really concerned that women who have graduated in the STEM fields leave the industry before 5 years or just shortly after 5 years. We lose approximately 60% of our graduate women in STEM to other industries before 5 years working in industry, because they find that once they've joined engineering in the STEM fields, that the isolation perhaps or the work environment is not what they had expected, and they do not have a network anymore of support once they're in industry. So that is very important for the WISE UP program to provide that network of support. At the moment, we have approximately 300 members in the WISE UP program, and we continue to build. So we invite industry to support the program and to participate, and as well as professional women to participate in their personal capacity. This is interesting because it's not only true for South Africa that women leave the industry, but across the world. So it's not a phenomenon that is only local or contextual, but internationally, this is a reality, and we're hoping to retain women in the industry by working with industry as well. It is our vision for WISE UP to grow into a strong, powerful national network where women can get together and share experiences and support one another, and also to create opportunities for mentorship as well as sponsorship, which is a form of promoting one another in the workplace. So, for example, if you were to hear of an opportunity that that you think a colleague would really fit well in, you would be the sponsor for that lady. So, also to identify opportunities for one another, for education, and then we also want to work with industry to, in future, develop a return to work program for professional women if they have decided to take some time off. With regards to students and young girls and women at school who are considering engineering or the STEM fields as career, the value of choosing that career and profession is that it offers you an opportunity to develop your own agency and self-efficacy as an adult in life, which means really that you have a degree in the STEM fields, whether it be science or technology or engineering and mathematics, that once you have that degree, you will always be able to take care of yourself as a professional woman, and consequently also be able to take care of your family and extended family as well. It is a highly sought after degree in the world. In terms of engineering, it is perhaps the only profession that is still internationally recognized by the international accreditation programs that we do have, the Washington Accord, for example, and the Dublin Accord and the Sydney Accords, which recognizes all our technical degrees from engineering, technology, and down the value chain in built environment on an international level, which means you have a passport for mobility globally, and you do not need to complete any other degrees to be able to practice as a professional engineer or built environment professional in any country you wish to do so. It is really important, and I highly recommend that once you have graduated, that you register professionally with the professional councils that are available to you in the built environment arena. So the Engineering Council of South Africa is the national accreditation body for engineers and technologists and technicians. And in the same way, the built environment professions as well as the science professions have their professional registration bodies. What this does for you is that it recognizes you not only in South Africa, but internationally as an engineer that can practice in any country within that profession with the relevant experience. So I highly recommend that once you have graduated, that you consider your professional registration. In terms of studying at the University of Pretoria, I have worked globally and nationally in several universities, and I completed my chemical engineering degree at the University of Pretoria. And I can say wholeheartedly that this university is highly recognized for the quality of its degrees in STEM, both in South Africa and globally. I am very interested in quality management systems and the cost of quality, and I completed my doctorate at the University of Johannesburg in the costing of quality systems, and it was applied research at Eskom at the time. We were appointed as a quality team to implement and roll out cost of quality in the organization, and it culminated in a cost of quality doctorate. After working for Eskom, I started working for British International Engineers, where we developed what I believe at the time was an automated costing and project quality management system. After British International Engineers, I established my own consulting firm, Hannelie Consulting, and implemented in small and medium organizations in the country quality and risk management systems. Because of this work, I was headhunted by a global company, Worley, engineering consulting company, to consider the role of Senior Regional Assurance Manager in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. In this role, I was responsible for both business and project risk management for regions in the Middle East, for quality management, and for health and safety management as well. Those regions included the United Arab Emirates, Oman, Egypt, and to some extent Iraq. That was an excellent experience in applying the very significant requirements for quality management systems in the oil and gas industry, as well as for risk management systems. And that still informs the research that I continue to do today. Except at the moment, we are moving over into digital transformation of organizations and also looking at how digital technologies are employed in risk management for both enterprises and for projects. I'm very interested in and excited about the impact and effect of artificial intelligence and digital tools in automating some of these processes and improving them, because I truly believe if we find a way to govern the ethics and the trust and the transparency of automated tools, artificial intelligence tools, then we can take big leaps forward in terms of continually improving processes and reducing the cost of those processes. Because of my work with women in engineering and the technical fields globally, I have decided to write books on the topic. And to date, we have published 3 books. The first one is called Leadership and Agency for Technical Women in South Africa, Women Engineers in South Africa. And then I co-authored a book with a colleague of mine, Dr. Michelle Kruger, called Tips and Tricks for Women in STEM. And at the moment, I'm really excited. We are writing the first book of its kind, titled Celebrating Technical Women in the UAE. And I'm writing that with a young lady who is currently working in Saudi Arabia on site. She is an electrical engineer from Dubai, and we decided that this is one of our passion projects that we'd really like to pursue. And the book is meant to be published, or was planned to be published, in October of this year. Because of the work and the very many number of women that I've met in STEM and in engineering, leadership in these fields becomes very prominent as a topic. And I keenly engage with leadership with technical women, but also explore what that means in terms of different cultures. If we look at the Middle East culture, South African cultures, we have many of those. And also having worked in New Zealand recently, culture truly has an impact on people. But we find that engineering is a common language amongst different cultures in the world, and it bridges cultural differences. But culturally, it impacts us as technical women, but we have this very unique opportunity to work together in teams as engineers and technologists and scientists, because we speak a common language. And to that effect, I've recently started, and I invite you to view it, recently started a LinkedIn campaign titled Culture Shapes Us, but Engineering Connects Us. And I'm using this platform just to showcase how different women from different cultures lead in the STEM fields globally. As a researcher and a professional engineer, I am really passionate about creating solutions and researching solutions that create a meaningful difference in industry and in the world, and that contributes to society. Having said that, I have dedicated my life to young people and to the education of them, and in particularly in working with them at postgraduate level, honors, masters, and doctorate level as well. And it is very rewarding to see how young people develop their critical problem-solving skills as they move through university. For me, engineering and the STEM fields is all about contributing to society and creating a better future, shaping a better future, developing solutions that help solve the world's problems. And that's how I make today matter.